My name is Gilles. I'm based in Lisbon. I do client support for explorer.land. Welcome to the beginners webinar. These are the points we'll cover today. So we're gonna create an organization, also a project. Inside that project, we're going to create a site, or I will show you different ways to create a site or a few sites, which is very important for the project, obviously, to be seen on the map. Then tips for showcasing your project's goals, progress, and impact. So, for example, create a news post as well, and some other features. How to maximize your visibility using explorer.land's interactive map. And then finally, we'll create a funding opportunity for the project that we created today. So let's get started. What is explorer.land? So in a nutshell, explorer.land is a platform that maps nature-based projects around the world using interactive map-based storytelling to bring their stories to life. It helps project developers share their impact through geolocated updates while giving investors and the public a clear and transparent view, creating opportunities for funding and support. A few stats to explorer.land for last year, 2024. So we had more than 200,000 visitors, and we reached over 900 organizations represented on explorer.land and over 1,600 projects as well. So let's dive into explorer.land. I won't go too much into detail in the front end. Just really the basics, because we only have 1 hour, and to create all that we want, we need quite a few time. So yeah, just a quick demonstration of the front end. So yeah, this is the basic structure of explorer.land, where you have the interactive map on the right side, and on the left side, on this column, you have yeah, all the content relating to what you see on the map. So you have all the descriptions, the texts, images, videos, links, data, and so on. So this is the landing page. You see all the projects that are listed on the map here on these yellow dots. And on the left side, you see a list of the projects. So for visitors, you can search for projects on the search bar. I start typing the name of a project, it will appear, and also the map will zoom into that project if it's the only one, right? You have some filters. So if I filter by country, Australia, he will also only show Australian projects here on the list, and also zoom into all the projects available in Australia. And then you have a bunch of other filters you can use. The maps also very quickly has some nice tools. So we have the thematic layers. So these are the 4 default ones. In the library, you have a bunch of other more, and these are just layers that give some scientific context to the landscape. Yeah, and some of them you can measure, in this case, deforestation. And yeah, there are a few quite a lot of them, so you can just go and try them out. So these are the thematic layers. We have 3 base layers that you can also change in the backend. We have some stylized layers for the map that you can change. Here you can choose to turn on and off roads, boundaries, and labels. Let's go back to the map box one. If you are in a project, you can turn on the 3D mode. So this is also relevant for some projects to see the topography of the terrain. And then we have the timeline series with two providers, Esri Wayback, Nikfi Planets. Esri is a higher resolution, but as you can see here on the bottom, it's not very regular in time. If you change to Nikfi Planets, which by the way is only, let me turn off the 3D, and the southern hemisphere, the tropics, available here, is not as high as resolution, but it's monthly, on a monthly basis. And yeah, you can see if I jump to the last one, January 2025. So this is really very, very recent satellite imagery that you can use. Okay, so jumping into a project, I'm gonna just go into this project, which is a demo project we have. And this is what, yeah, we're gonna try to reconstruct in a bit when we create our new project. But just to give you, again, an insight of how a project profile looks like. So yeah, you have the main page or on the About tab, where you have the main information about the project, like the location, when the project started, if it's active preparation or completed, the type of project it is. You can add a video, SDGs, certifications. You have a summary. You can add goods if you're producing goods and want to sell goods from your project, and then a summary of your news posts. You can also add call to action button and customize it. And then you have a bunch of tabs that will show you, yeah, more detailed information in the About tab, all the news posts that you created. Also, if you scroll with the mouse over, you will see on the map a ping where these news posts are located or where they happened. You have a list of all the sites here as well. If you go over with the mouse, you see where they are, or you can also zoom in and the map will take you to the location. Yeah, if you click on the site, again, you will have more information about the site, and also if you have news posts linked to that site, a list of all those news posts will appear here. And just quickly jump into a news post so you see that as well. So yeah, here you can also add a gallery, a video, and you can jump from one news post to the other. And yeah, almost like a virtual guide to your project. And if you close the sidebar, you have a bit different view, and you can, yeah, just stroll and read the stories of the project like this. So going back to the main page, sites already showed. Yeah, you have a list of organizations that are involved in the project, including, yeah, the main one. Sponsorships we won't go into today. Maybe in the next advanced tutorial. Yeah, SDGs, again, the goods in more detail, and finally the contacts. Okay, so I would say let's start not with the project, but with the organization. It's very important that you also create your organization where you then will link all your projects to. So to begin, we go to the dashboard, to our dashboard. So this is also when you log in to your explorer.land account, this is where you will land. Yeah, and if you're just starting and you have no projects and organizations, so this will be on 0. I am an administrator, so I'm also a member of a lot of projects, so that's why I have this many. Yeah, you can at some point view all the projects you created, or you can also press here and view all the organizations you're a member of or you created. If you were to start creating, then go here, create organization. That's what we want to do at the moment. So for demonstration purposes, I will just call this organization NGO. Easy. I will give it. So everything that you see me typing in here, I'll make it a little bit bigger. You can edit. You can edit after. Apart from the slug or except for the slug. This is the only thing that is fixed. So yeah, think about what you're gonna put in here. It's possible to change, but you have to ask us to do it. You cannot do it yourself. So I'm just gonna put something here for the webinar in case I have another webinar and I want to build the same project. But normally it has something to do with the name of your project. Yeah, and this is the bit that goes in the end of the URL. Yeah, you can see here an example. Okay, then the type of organization, let's say it's an NGO. Now put in the description. I already prepared something here, so I'm just gonna copy paste it. So you see some funny symbols here through the description. This is because we work with Markdown. So you have some more information down here under the description box. So Markdown is a formatting tool, right? So each of these symbols has like a command. So for having bold letters, for example, italic for the size. So if you go to this, if you copy paste this link and open up in your browser, you will see all the commands. And after we're finished, you're gonna see what these things do or what they modified. Yes, so yeah, contact, I'll just randomly call Peter the contact person. Get the email address. So also a fake email address, fake website, phone number. So this is in New Zealand. And yeah, the organization is in New Zealand, and that's it. So you have to fill out this form. You saw it's not that much for the organization. And now you can save it as draft or directly publish the organization. Okay, so now we have already created our organization. This took us, I don't know, 3-4 minutes, I guess. So there's still some things we have to add. You can always press on this button here to see a preview. So if I open a preview, actually it's published, so it's not a preview. It's already the real deal. So here we'll see what we did until now. So here on the description, you already see what the Markdown formatting did. So you have a link here. you have this text which is bigger and here in bold. So you can also play around with that just to make your description or descriptions look a little bit nicer. Yeah, as you can see, there's nothing on the map. There are no logo, no header image, no projects, and the contact we already put. So let's take care of that. So going back to the back end of the organization, let's add the logo. So already prepared one here already. So you can drag and drop or click and open a file. Oh, sorry, this is the header image, not the logo. So header image. Yeah, as you can see here, I did this on purpose. I uploaded an image that is vertical and not horizontal, although the header image needs to be or should be horizontal. But you can also just, if you don't have a horizontal image, you're gonna be able in the second step here of the upload to choose to crop the image like you want it. So this will only be the background of the header image. So let's choose this. Can also be a landscape, whatever. But we are it's good to have a photograph and not like graphics or text on it because it will not look very good. So yeah, just an image for the header, and now we get the logo. And now we crop the logo. So here you can also change the size, put it in the middle, and when you're happy, click crop and submit. So if we go back to the profile and now refresh, yeah, already looking much better. So we have our logo, the header image, and the description. We can also add a video. So let me get already prepared the link here. I don't remember what video it was, but I think it had something to do with nature in New Zealand. Yeah, it should be a video about your organization, obviously. Yeah, again, we can go back to our organization tab and refresh. And now you see it changed. Now we have a video and then underneath the description. It's already looking much better. Yeah, I think that's it for the organization for now. You also see once you create your organization that you have funding opportunities settings here. So we will get back to this later on. We need the project first before we create a funding opportunity, right? Because there has to be a project to be funded. And once you start creating more projects and linking them to your organization, you will start populating the map yeah, with one or two or three or however many projects you have, and you will see them here on your organization profile. Okay, so this was the organization. If we go back to the dashboard, so now in your case, you would have one organization here and zero projects. And now to create a project, let's yeah, click on create project. And similarly to the organization, there's this form. It's a little bit longer than the organization one. But yeah, also if you have all the data or info at hand, it's quick to do. So yeah, the name of the project is like the other one I showed you before. I'll just put this in the front just to differentiate the two. Slug again. I'll just use something webinar related. You can, if you have a slogan for your project, you can put it in here, but it's not mandatory. Then let me get the summary and the description. You also see always here that you have a limitation on characters. So this was already close to max. Yeah, if it's longer, it will say, and then you will have to shorten the text. Description is up to 10,000, so yeah, no problem there. Okay, just pasted the description in here. Yeah, here the start year of the project, say February 2022. The status, it's active. Stakeholders involved in the project. So here you can add more than one. So maybe you have the main one is NGO, and community is also active, and government, let's say. You can always change the order here for which one is more important. Activities also, you can choose more than one. Let's put these two. And here again, you can change all of this later on, except for the slug. So don't worry if you're not sure, that just put something and then you can change it at a later stage. So this our is terrestrial and coastal. Land ownership, private. Also here you can put more than one. So again, in charge is Peter. Again, the same email address as the organization. Web page. No point in going to this web page because I just made it up. And yeah, in the contact details, it's enough to have two of these four filled out. But obviously, it's always better if you have the more information, the better. And here again, New Zealand. And the region is Hokkaido. Sounds Japanese, but okay, so we filled everything out. If you forgot something and you click here, it will tell you what you forgot, but save as draft. Yeah, so here it always saves as draft first. You will never publish it right away. That would be as in the second step here on the top right. Yeah, and now we're seeing the back end of the project. Yeah, like your dashboard, but for posts and sites for your project, you see here also how many you have. So at the moment, as the project is new, it's all on 0. You have the publication status, the plan. So you always, whenever you create a new project, you always start in the free plan, which has some limitations, mainly the number of sites that you can publish. Yeah, here we'll take care of this right away. So the header image. Yeah, or before I do this, let me just open the preview by clicking again on this button. Yeah, so this is the preview of the project. Yeah, and it's going, the map is going to the sea because we haven't created any site yet. So going back, let's start with the header image. I also prepared dragging it in. Here you can also, you have to crop, right? Otherwise, let's see a nice, this is a nice crop. Submit. So underneath you have project details, but you all already edited all of this in the creation, so no need to do anything here. But if you want to change anything, yeah, you can just click on edit. And on the left side, you will have all the tools and settings to continue creating your project and yeah, just refining your project. Yeah, so we uploaded the header image. If we refresh here, there is the image. Let's also add the video. I also have here a link. So this is the same as we had in the original, which is not here anymore. It doesn't matter. And now if I refresh, we have a video. Okay, so let's create, I would say, a site as the next step. We could also start with a news post, but I want to show you how to link posts to a site, so it will be good to have a site already. So yeah, just click here on sites. The sites page will open up. It's empty because we haven't created any. So if you want to go ahead and start with one site, you click on this plus sign you see here, create new sites. And again, you have a little form to fill out. Let's say we want to show the farmhouse from our project, where yeah, meetings are taking place, decisions are made. So the title, a little description. So here you will choose a category for your site. So it's always good to choose one because it will define first of all, the marker, the design of the marker on the map, and also the color of the point or the polygon. Yeah, and what people will know what it is. So yeah, you could choose community area. It could also be an infrastructure, right? The farmhouse. Yeah, and then we have other categories for land use, which doesn't make sense for a farmhouse, but if you have an area, a larger area for a polygon, that would be for land use. But that we're going to be doing a bit. Header image for the farmhouse. Here it is. Again, you can crop the image. Submit. Okay, so yeah, these are yeah, the info, right? The content that we did, and now comes the funny part, which is the location on the map. First of all, just to get the place right, I have the right coordinates, so I could just use these, and then the map will take us to the right place. So this would be one possibility to set the point. So there it is. If we zoom in, you see that it's exactly on the farmhouse. If I already knew where the farmhouse is and didn't have coordinates, I could come here to maps, So if I delete the point here again, I click on it and I could delete it. I could just look for the farmhouse because I know where it is. Actually, I lost it. There it is. So go navigate manually to the map. I have here point, click on plus, and click on the house. It's the same thing. Yeah, but I didn't need coordinates in this case. So yeah, this is the would be the manual way. You have the custom, which is if you have the coordinates of the place, and you can also upload if you had the coordinates on a file or in a shape file, which has to be GeoJSON. You could potentially also use the file, but this makes more sense for polygons, not so much for points. So yeah, we have the location. Everything is filled out. So let's publish site. And now you see it appeared in the sites page. And as you go on uh, creating more sites, the list will get bigger here. So yeah, if you go over with the mouse, you see some other functions like magnifying glass will just take you there. Here you could edit the header image. So yeah, replace it if you wanted to, or add one if you didn't upload it before. Yeah, you can click on the edit and you will go back inside the site settings, and you could change the description, the categories again, and change the points, the location. If it was a polygon, you could also change that. And then, yeah, here you have some more information, mainly the title and description. And yeah, some other settings. Download this as a file, delete, or unpublish. Okay, so now let's go ahead and create a site that is an area, so a polygon. Again, we only want to create one site, so click on the plus sign. This site is going to be called Coastal Forests Reforestation Area, Restoration Area. Copying copying the description. There it is. Restoration, as the name says. So reforestation is the category. Quickly add the image. So this is a aerial image of that coastal area. There it is, submit. And now, again, we have some possibilities. So the custom for polygon, obviously you can use it just to see the location if you have the coordinates, but one coordinate won't give you the polygon, right? So this falls away. So then you have, again, two possibilities. You could draw the polygon manually yourself. So yeah, let's say we know where it should go. So we click on the plus, and now you can just click once, and if you move your mouse, you will see the line will drag. And if you click again, you will set the points. And like this, if you want to get closer, just to be more accurate, you could. And like this, you are able to manually create a polygon. And by clicking on the first one, you finish it. So there it is. We created a polygon manually. You can always go in and edit. So later on, let's say, oh, this area increased in the last year, so you want to update it, you can just simply click here again. And now you see that there are like these little dots in the middle. So if you click there, you can add a new point and say, okay, this was added to the area last year. And yeah, you updated your polygon. So yeah, let's publish. So as I said in the beginning, we are using a free plan. That means that you can only publish one site on the free plan. You would have to upgrade to publish more sites. But you still on the back end, you can still see both sites. Yeah, just to show you again, if I refresh the project now, yeah, the farmhouse is the site that is published, so it would show the farmhouse. If I unpublish the farmhouse and publish the coastal forest area and refresh again. So now we see the polygon we made, and you see also the marker change design and color because it's a different category. Yeah, so just to show you another, so we could, I have the right polygon in a GeoJSON file. So I can just go here to upload, and I will upload that file. Well, I don't know if you can see. Oh, yeah, you can see. Webinar project disappeared. Sites, one site. So here is the polygon. So this is the correct site. So I just uploaded a GeoJSON file containing a polygon, a geolocated polygon, obviously, and it's in the correct place and it's there. And I could update. You see it updated. And again, always if you refresh. So this is just a preview, right? Because the project is not published yet. And there it is. So another cool thing, and just to finish the sites here, you could upload, you make a mass upload. So you have a file with several polygons. And you want all those polygons to be different sites, then you can upload that file. And you see, like in one go, you have 12 sites uploaded to your project just with a few clicks. And here you can take over some information from the attribute table of that file, being here the title and the description. So if we now upload this, you see we have a bunch of new sites that now would have to be, yeah, you would have to upload header images and upload and choose a category and all that. But yeah, the sites are all there and with description and title and the size and so on. Okay, so let's create a news post real quick. For that, again, it's empty because we haven't created any. Click on the plus. This news post is about tree planting activity. It's called Community Tree Planting Event, February. You also need to put in a summary. and a description. So you see here, I included a link to the description. So February 2025, let's say it was on the 3rd. Here you can choose the content type. So it was an activity. Quickly add a header image. We're also going to add a gallery. So yeah, this we'll choose as the header. And the crop is good. Submit. And now or later, but we can do it now. We can add more images to the gallery. So yeah, these are the images I had prepared. 5 images. And they are here. You can add captions if you want, and you could also add credits to for the photographer, and if it's copyright or not, you can do that to all the images. We won't do that now. Okay, so the post is practically prepared, it's done. So now we have some options again for the geolocation. So yeah, we have you could put in the coordinates, and then the news post will be put there. If you have a file with the coordinates, you can use that. You can put it manually on the map with the map setting here and the point, or you can link it to a site. So yeah, this is the only site that is published. So the draft ones don't appear here, but this is also coincidentally the site where we want to link this news post to. So coastal forest to forestation area and publish post. It'll take a little bit to upload the images. There it is. So if we go back to our project, and actually let's publish. Let's publish the project. So now he's asking if we want to list the project. This is a little bit like YouTube. Listing is for the project to appear on the landing page of explorer.land. If it's not listed and only published, then it will not appear on the landing page, but it's you can use it for embedding on your website. You can share the link with other people. So for now, let's not list and publish the project. I close this one because it was a preview, and now if I go here again, it opens the project. Yes, so you see on the site that we have that there is a new news post there that 11 days old, and also now we have, which we didn't have before, a site tab and the news post tab. And by clicking, you also see there's the gallery that you can look at in full screen. And the description with the link. This, you could put a link here to, yeah, to GoFundMe page or to your website, anything. Yeah, quickly, you can also post. Here we are. This is our site. So after you create the site, and it's here on the lists, again, you have these different settings here. And in this camera icon, you can also choose to upload a video. So I'm gonna add a video to this news post. So it was a video that we made of that whole activity. You can choose to have it above or below the description. There it is. And now if we refresh the page of the news post, you see there's the video of this activity. that I won't click now, but yeah, it's a YouTube link. The video will appear here. And I just, yeah, stole it from who? One Tree Planted, I think. It should be your own video when you create your project. Okay. Yeah. So we created a site. We created a news post. You have a bunch of different tools still to use here on the left side. Stakeholders, goods. You can create your call to action button. See, we're running out of time, so I won't do any of these. We still have to create a funding opportunity. Last thing that we should do is go and link our organization. So we are now in our project backend, and we want to link NGO. There it is. So link organization. Now it's linked. So if I go to my profile, my organization profile, and now I refresh, I will see that the project that we created is already linked and appears on the organization map. What does not still happen is I don't have my organization appearing on my project profile. So to do that, I still have to list the organization as a stakeholder. So you do this under the linked organizations where we just added by clicking on the plus, and now create new stakeholder entry for this organization. So some things are taken from the existing organization, some informations as well, but there's still some information we have to input ourselves. So the role, I would write project developer, for example. The description, I'll just use the description of the organization. Let's see, a bit too much. So I will show you also in a bit where this appears. It doesn't use Markdown, so I will get rid of this. And now I can choose if I want to have the logo on the project header image or not, and the name. So I will choose this, create. Okay, so now if I go up here to stakeholders, I see that the organization is linked. So I could edit, re-edit stuff here. If I go back to the project and refresh, you see now the logo is here. So this is new. This is new here under the title by NGO, and also the organizations tab is new, where if you click it, you see yeah, that this organization is the project developer, and also you are able to navigate to the organization profile page. Okay, so I think now we wanted to actually talk about, let me go back here, and the goals, progress, and impact. It's already a little bit included in what I did. So for example, the news posts, right? They show progress and also could show goals. But I won't have time to go into all of that. But yeah, you have what I can add to this is yeah, you have things like SDGs, right? That you can add to your project. You have things like certifications. So if you're using a certification, you can add that as well. So you have an ID, Some only have certification codes, others have a license code. So whatever you need. Yeah, and then also if you go to the project again, these things will appear on the front end, certification and SDGs. Yeah, we're 5 minutes to 2, at least where I am. So let's quickly dive into creating the funding opportunity. So yeah, we have a project now. We have an organization. They're both linked. So to create the funding opportunity, we have to go back to our organization profile, our backend. So here it is. I don't know where there were two there, but yeah, funding opportunities. Click there. It's empty. So to start one new, you just click the plus. So you want to give it a title. So really quick before we continue here, yeah, on the main page of Explorer.land, you have next to Explore, you have the fund. So this is where you would see the funding opportunities, right? So see them all here and on the map as well where they are located. So we're gonna create one of these now for our projects. Okay, so the title is there. So what type of funding do you want? Donation, sponsorship, investments, carbon credits, biodiversity credits. These are all a bit different from each other. So there's also a little explanation here. Let's go for a sponsorship for the demo. So that we created all with the title and choosing what type, we already created one. But now you have to populate the information, right? So let's start with, again, a header image to make it nice. I'm gonna get it. So here it's another nice photo of New Zealand. Coincidentally, of the region we are working on our project. The title is already there. Now let's add a summary. Let's add the description. I already made it nice before the webinar. Save. It has some emojis as well. So this is also possible. Makes it more interesting. Okay, also have a video prepared, a video link. So yeah, basically you just go down this form, yeah, and fill out whatever you can and need. Let's say, so this is the volume, say 50,000. If you're not sure, you can also add an interval and say, yeah, we need something like 50,000 to 100,000. So by clicking here on the switch to single funding value, so we made an interval. Yeah, this is sponsorship. You could also change this later on. And now, yeah, there's these other information you should fill out, activity types. So all of these, this conservation and reforestation, all of these allow you to select multiple stakeholders, so NGO and cooperative landowners. We had said private, yeah, both, a bit private, a bit public. Land size, yeah, 2,000 hectare. Yeah, here you could again add certifications. Let's just real quick add something here. Okay, one is added. You could add more, and also SDGs. One. Okay, let's add a bunch. Yeah, so the most important part, link project. So he already knows that this project is linked to the organization. So it's already here in the project pool. Select the project. So these informations down here are imported from the project automatically. You can also add some more organizations yeah, through text that are involved. Yeah, let's do, I don't know, WWF, just to put something in here. And again, contact information. Peter. I think here also you don't need to fill out everything, but yeah, the more, the better. Web page and the phone number. Okay, so you can also add at the end a link. So also a type of call to action. Let's say it's another support now is a good text. Also a little emoji. And then, yeah, I'll just put this website that doesn't work, but it sends us to this website. Okay, so now the publish button is orange. If you don't fill out everything that is needed, it will stay grayed out. But there's like an info button here saying what is missing. So we did everything. Now we can publish. And now our funding opportunity is published. So I can take a look at it like this. So yeah, it appeared, here it is. This is our card. Yeah, if I would put here New Zealand, it will take us to it. I could use other, yeah, only sponsorships, but it will appear. And now by clicking, now we have the full view of the cards. Yeah, you can click here, read more to have a bit more about the description, the video that we added, yeah, all the basic information, certification, SDGs, the project that you can click to visit, right? I think a new tab will open, yes, and take us to the project. Yeah, the lead organization that you can also click to visit, and then here the list of partners and the call to action button that goes to that website that doesn't exist, and the contact information. So if any interested person, investor, funder finds this project and wants to fund it, they will contact you through here. Yeah, so this also loaded. This is the other preview. All right, then. I would say that's it then. Thank you for joining. Yeah, let us know through this email address down here if you have any questions going forward. Have the rest of a nice day and have fun creating your projects on Explorer.land. And then, yeah, I'll say goodbye.